Triple G and Canelo Alvarez fought to a draw on Saturday night, and it was a controversial decision. You could argue the final outcome was accurate because some people did say it was a draw. I think the big problem is you had one judge, Adelaide Bird, scored the fight 118-110 for Alvarez. I don't think that's defendable. I don't think you could watch the fight and go, there's that big of a discrepancy. It wasn't a blowout. I don't think you could look at that and say it was a blowout. Maybe they're setting up another big payday for Triple G and Alvarez, but it's a short-term gain and it's a long-term cost, in my opinion. Throughout most of the 20th century, not to give you a history lesson, but boxing was the king in the country. You know, that's what everybody went to see. They listened to it on radio. Plenty of things went wrong there. There's a lack of trust there. You don't have a governing body. It's always been shady characters. And unless you're talking about pro wrestling, fans want to know what they're watching is real. That's what it comes down to. So what you watched on Saturday night, is it real? Was that real? Felt like the action was real, but not the judging being real. You know, we watched Manny Pacquiao against Mayweather. We didn't know about the shoulder injury. We didn't get our money's worth there. McGregor, Mayweather, all right, you knew what that was, an exhibition. You got entertained by it. But this was one of those, we're going to load up, and this is what old-time boxing, this is Hagler-Hearns. You know, this was what boxing used to be. So get ready for the rematch. Everybody makes money. And how about a little less controversy this next time? But being around boxing as long as I have, having covered boxing when Don King and Bob Arum were in their heyday, when Mike Tyson was fighting, when Larry Holmes was fighting, Michael Spinks, Hagler, Hearns, Duran, Aaron Pryor, I got to see a lot of boxing. And this isn't the first time. It won't be the last time where I went, man, something's shaky here. Until you have a governing body, until boxing realizes you have to take yourself serious if you want us to take you seriously. And they don't. You know, remember when they were throwing out the alphabet titles? Like, you know, we're going to make up the IBF, the WBO. Why not the WTF? That's what that was Saturday night. You just won the WTF. But that's where it gets disheartening when you're watching and you go, imagine if we did this in any other sport. Let's say you're watching Super Bowl, Falcons, Patriots, and there was some shady refereeing. But you go, you know what? It was still entertaining, and that's just the way it is in that sport. Like, what other sport do you do that where you go, that's just the way the sport is? It's kind of colorful that way. That's the disappointing part of this, is you're watching, and I don't know if Triple G is going to be anywhere near what he should be, or you would hope he'd be. If they have let's say they have a rematch in May. He's going to be 36. Alvarez is 27. The fact that it took him this long to get in the ring, and that's the disappointing part, because that's what boxing does. Manny Pacquiao against Floyd Mayweather took for years. And the gamesmanship, I want him to be blood tested, it didn't pay off. They build it up, and it never delivers. Mayweather and McGregor did deliver. I mean, it may not have been what you ordered, but it delivered. There was excitement there. I think they're done. I don't want a rematch there. But this was supposed to be real. This was supposed to be what boxing truly represents. And they failed. They failed when you have a judge who probably shouldn't have been in there given the controversy that surrounds her. What boxing likes to do is they do like to keep local referees, and she's a local referee. She's married to a referee. They like to keep those referees in Nevada employed with fights in Nevada. I understand all of that. You have to have the best people in there. Did you have the best people in there? Be like if you have the World Series and you go, you know, that guy, you know, very controversial. He wasn't very good, you know, but we're going to put him in the World Series. We'll put him behind home plate. It doesn't make sense. And I know that everybody was saying, hey, don't talk about the judging, talk about the fight. They go hand in hand. I'd love to talk about the fight. But this is what happens. Boxing knocks itself out. Boxing gives itself a standing 8 count where you're going, no, you don't have to be. It can be about boxing. When is boxing about boxing? It's really rare. It's about the pre-fight. It's about promotion. It's about, trash talking. And then they get in the ring and you go, oh, okay. This was supposed to be, here we go. This is our sport on display. Here we go. We got it on display. Watch, enjoy it. This is what it should be, what it used to be. And it failed.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.